In my last video I moved my home server to a rack mounted case, and I thought it might be a good idea to put together a video of the case overall so I can show you guys what's inside. The case that I have here is a Hubble telecom rack. I bought this about 2 years ago off of Craigslist. I had gotten a really great deal. I think I paid maybe $70 or $75 for this thing. When I got it, it was in just mint, pristine condition. As it turned out, the guy that had it, actually the company that had it, bought it but never used it. The marks that you see on the sides, they weren't there when I bought it. They were actually put there by me, me trying to get this down in my basement. So those are my fault. But overall, the rack is a solid steel rack. It came with a handful of shelves, the front door, the two side panels, and the back door, which I'll show you in a little bit. Those are all removable. This is a really high quality rack that I'm very, very happy with. So let me get a little closer. Hopefully I won't trip on myself, and let me show you what's inside. Okay, so let's open this up and I'll show you what we got. Alright, so starting from the top, just because I guess it's good a place as any to start. I've got a 24 port patch panel that's up top. That's got this one from work. It's another one of these not being used anymore. So instead of it going in the trash, I grabbed it, and a handful of the ports up top were already used. That's why you'll notice that some of the numbers up front, they don't start at 1. Actually, I pulled those out because these are modular, and I just moved them out to the end so I could use brand new ports when I wired my house. So I've got a couple lines coming out. Those actually run upstairs to my office. I've got plans to run a couple more lines to my living room for a PlayStation and a home theater PC that I have, but that's another project. Below that is a Cisco Catalyst 2950. It's a 48 port 10100 switch, and I don't have this on. It's not my primary switch. I actually have all of my, what I would call my secondary servers plugged into this, and I only turn it on when I need it. At the end of this, I'll actually turn everything on so you can see how loud this thing is. It's not very loud, but I'm not working on those servers at all times, so there's no point in keeping them on all the time. Underneath is a, if I can get in there, it's a Middle Atlantic Power PD 915R. It's just a power strip, really, that's got plugs in the back, and it's rack mounted. That's why I got it. Below that, I've got a Netgear 5-port gigabit switch. It's a GS605. My cable modem that I get from Time Warner Cable. Underneath that is an HP DC 7600. This is a small form factor PC that is a little older. It's a Pentium 4 computer. It's got, I think, 2 gigs of RAM, maybe a gig. This I actually set up as my firewall. This is running ClearOS. I loaded this thing up with 2 additional gigabit network cards. There's already a existing gigabit plug on the back, and this is my firewall. Underneath that is my trusty, old, reliable Samsung 17-inch monitor. This is a SyncMaster 713V. I've had this for a long time. I think this was my original, my first original flat panel monitor, and it just works great. So it sits nicely in my rack, and I use it for my KVM. Underneath that is my KVM This is a TrendNet TK801R. It's an 8-port KVM. And if I bend down here, that's my home server. This was featured in my previous video. This is a Rosewill RSV R4000 case, and inside is my it's running Windows Home Server. You can check out my previous video and that give you a really good breakdown of what's inside and how that's put together. Underneath is a Dell PowerEdge 1650. This is running dual Pentium 3s, 1.4 gigahertz apiece, 2 gigs of RAM, and there's two 36 gig hot swappable ultra-wide SCSI drives that actually has space for 3. If I can take the case off. I just don't have a caddy for it. So, but these are hot swappable, which is really nice. Currently, when this is on, it's running Incredible PBX, which is a Linux-based phone box exchange software. I'm sort of test driving it to see if I want to use it to replace my phone service from the cable company, using Google Voice as a number. Underneath that is an HP ProLiant DL380G3. It's got 5 18.2 gigabyte hot swappable drives. The 6th one is not populated. I don't have that drive. This server is running ESXi server. I'm not really using it right now because I just don't have time. I got as far as loading it up. I wanted to play around with virtualization, and I just never got around to doing much of anything with it after I loaded it. So this is just sort of a little side project of mine. Underneath that is an APC Smart UPS 700. This is a really great battery backup. It's already proven itself a couple times over during a couple power outages, and this thing runs like a champ. Currently what's plugged into it is my 5-port switch, my cable modem, my firewall, and my home server. So this gives us gives me a lot of time actually when the power goes out to actually come down here and safely shut down all my servers, and that's really great, very solid. This was a Craigslist buy, and as it turned out, it was my neighbor who was selling it, and when he found out that I was the one that was interested in it, he gave me just a really great deal. I don't remember what I paid for it, but it was, you know, next to nothing. So it was brand new, new in the box, and he just wanted to get rid of it. I took the side panel off to get a better view of the side of the rack, and you can see what's inside. And I tried to keep the cabling as clean as possible, but it's not a super priority to keep it really neat, just because it's in my house, and as long as I can get to what I need to get to, then that's fine. The side panel itself has four studs actually that fit in inside these keyed holes here, and there's 2 up top and 2 in the bottom, and that's the side.